Supreme Court recently handed down several rulings. One of them leaves the fate of birthright citizenship in question. WHAS 1119's Jose Alonso spoke with a constitutional lawyer in Louisville about the complexities of the ruling. Jose?
Alex, I spoke with Michael Abate, who says this ruling focuses on the case Trump versus Casa Incorporated. He says this specifically challenges President Trump's executive order seeking to redefine birthright citizenship, which is guaranteed under the 14th Amendment. Constitutional lawyer Michael Abate is always keeping a close eye on the Supreme Court. On Friday, the justices handed down a ruling that this attorney says leaves birthright citizenship in question.
It has been under the Supreme Court's case law and under practice for hundreds of years that if you were born within the United States, you're a citizen of the United States. And Trump wants to change that.
Abate says in this case, Trump versus Casa Incorporated, multiple pregnant women challenged the president's action on behalf of their children.
And a number of judges across the country had agreed, said that the executive order is plainly unconstitutional, and they issued injunctions, meaning they said the executive order cannot go into effect. And they made that effective everywhere.
The Supreme Court ruled in a 6-3 vote that those federal judges cannot make these injunctions nationwide, rather limiting it specifically to those who brought the lawsuit.
But it's obviously going to have massive ramifications, not only under birthright citizenship, but for all sorts of constitutional rights.
The president spoke publicly after this ruling.
It was a disaster where somebody from a certain location in a very liberal state or a liberal judge or a liberal group of judges could tie up a whole country for years because their decision would sometimes take years to overturn.
So the Supreme Court has not said that Trump had the power to change the definition of citizenship. But this is why this case is so important. If a court limits the ability of judges to enforce rights on a one-off basis just to the plaintiff in front of them, in many ways, that makes that right unavailable to anybody who can't afford or doesn't have, the means to hire a lawyer who's going to bring a lawsuit and go to court and get their own injunction.
Abate calls this ruling concerning because it won't just impact non-citizens in the country. He says that the president can take something written clearly in the Constitution and mark it out. Then no rights every citizen has will be safe from being a target as well. Reporting live in studio, Jose Alonso, WHAS 1119 on your side.